Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your week ahead, September 9 to September 15, 2019. Scorpio, I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so we're going to get into your reading. But at the end, we're going to take a look at what your guidance is, and you have 4 cards that fell out. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you could make it. So let's get into your reading. Scorpio, first and foremost, when I was shuffling, you had a card that fell out. And that card is the Three of Cups. So with the Three of Cups, you could be focusing on three-party situations, groups, relationships. But with the Three of Cups, you could be focusing on a particular event where there may be some partying or celebration. With this Three of Cups, this is also talking about you focusing on cooperation and emotional support and gaining it, but also you having some small satisfaction or achievement emotionally with things coming together where you may feel more supported or you may be seeing more cooperation around, and even as it has to do with your involvement or dealing with others. But there may be something for you to celebrate because your theme in the week ahead is you have peace. And what's underneath that is forgiveness. And what's underneath forgiveness is anxiety. So I feel that, Scorpio, this is you coming to terms with things going on in your world and within you where you are finding peace, or there's a need to find peace with the anxieties that you are seeing, dealing with, experiencing, where you find forgiveness or you need to find forgiveness with. Now, this could be to do with your relationships or a significant connection, or this could be just what's going on in you and what's around you that you are finding peace or needing to find more peace with. But this feels like you finding peace, being able to overcome your anxieties here that you may have been focusing on or allowing yourself to be agonized by. And this may be you forgiving yourself or forgiving others, or just being more flexible and open to your anxieties or issues, because what's around that peace is toil and labor. So you may have been working really hard. It's a 38 that breaks down to an 11 and then breaks down again to a 1. So you've been working very hard, a lot of labor, a lot of effort, a lot of energy with your work, with your world, with your home, with your family, with your money. And you've been trying to recenter, but I feel like you're coming to more of a space of recognizing the potential in things where you are focusing on having a fresh start, or taking more leadership in a situation where you're becoming more inspired or seeing the gift or the positive in the things that you have allowed yourself to have a lot of anxiety for. Now, it's also possible that this may be a result of you becoming more of a free spirit, or you may be taking a little more risk or chance, or you could be just having more of a playful approach and not being so fucking serious about the shit that's going on, even if the shit is serious, right? And so what's underneath that is you got sudden wealth. So hold on now. Yeah, sudden wealth here. For some of you, you just may hit pay dirt where you hit it big with gambling, and you win, and you are an overnight success and wealthy. But this is a few of you, a small few of you, where this is happening, and you worked hard to get there. It took a long time. Now we're here, right? But also, and that's just the best case scenario. But a more simple scenario here is you've been working hard on your money and finances. You may have needed to work hard on your spirituality, seeing all these sevens here, and your faith, in working hard to redeem yourself here. But this is you focus on your money. There's a heavy focus on your money and the practical things in your world that you need to do from your day to day, the mundane things, right? This is you discovering something or becoming reoriented in what you have to do and how you see it and how you handle it. This is also talking about you getting some sort of discovery or understanding, gaining more wisdom, or being able to identify more options. But this is you being able to not see things as an upheaval or a conflict and being so focused on that, but instead allowing yourself to become more spiritually connected, to have more faith, and through that you're able to redeem yourself, you're able to build, you're able to secure, you're able to maintain, you're able to have peace and not have so much toil and labor about how to get there or how to stay in the game or level up. Because underneath that you have the pathway. So this is you making choices, making decisions around the things that concern you and where it takes you. And so this is you having taken the time to, or you're taking the time to see where to make changes and reevaluate what's going on and seeing how to problem solve or dissolve the issues or anxiety you're dealing with, to see how to regenerate or have movement, to make a better assessment with things and fine tune and tweak and learn and progress and see progress. Where, the toil and labor, you find a way perhaps to work smarter, not harder, or have more faith and less stress. Serenity now. Good for you, Scorpio. And so there may be for some of you, a small percentage of you, very small percentage, there's a celebration. Oh, I got that in the wrong place. Look at this. Because of sudden wealth. Okay? Jackpot. And for others of you, you're having more cooperation and support emotionally from others, but also from you towards yourself. Now, your overall energy and focus is you got this, Empress. Yes. So you're focusing on how to build, how to create, being creative, being more receptive, having more harmony, focusing on how to nurture, how to have growth and abundance in your world. See the beauty in things, experience more pleasure, have more success, allow for more luxuries for yourself, avoiding stagnation, coming away from poverty or poverty mindset. This is you focusing on how to be more empowered. Now, there's also the possibility with the Empress here that there could be a very strong, prominent maternal feminine energy around. This could be you or someone you're dealing with where you are being shown more kindness or you are showing more kindness to your circumstances, to yourself, or who you're dealing with. Where you may not be as hard on yourself or as much of a stickler, where you find yourself in frustrations around the things that you are having anxiety around or challenges with, and finding a way to have more peace through it and in it. Now, underneath that, you do have the Emperor. Now, it is possible that this could be concerning a relationship, a couple, where this is the perfect match, the yin and yang, or this is you being able to balance your energies better, your masculine and feminine energy, where you're able to establish more peace within yourself and therefore project more peace in your circumstances and how you address and deal with them. because you're able to manage things better, you're able to be more creative, you're able to show more kindness and support to yourself, or receive receptivity here, or be more receptive. But also, this is you being able to take more control, organize better, find ways to protect. This is you not obsessing perhaps, but instead being more focused. This is about you being more organized, creating more structure and stability for yourself, but also you finding more courage and be perhaps being a little more ambitious and maybe even more motivated. And I don't mean that you were less motivated, but motivated positively instead of motivated by your fears, but in your circumstances, if they have been anxiety causing for you, it doesn't mean that you're not dealing with stress. You're just choosing to change how you deal with the stress by not allowing yourself to be more subdued by it, but instead to manage it better, and just be more nurturing to yourself and what's going on, and being imaginative about it and creative. But this is also you being more rational, perhaps coming out of confusion, dependency, or failure, or irresponsibility, or where you may have lacked control. But this is somehow you finding a balance for yourself that's creating more peace for you, where you feel more in control. You feel that you are able to nurture your circumstances, or as you're trying to work on building and having progress, all of that toil and labor that caused you frustration or being overwhelmed or just from a negative energy or low vibration that was forming or existing because you weren't able to find peace. And this is you being able to find peace, in the good and in the turbulent now, with what's going on in a way that you may not have been able to manage or do before. Because this is you having, with the star, more healing and hope. This is you allowing yourself to be more empowered. This is you gaining more wisdom. This is you being more confident, having more harmony, not just with yourself, but with others. This is you being able to achieve fulfillment. This is you being able to seize opportunities or discover them with the star here. And so this is you being able to maintain your wishes, and also maybe even seeing a wish happen here. Now you could also be dealing with an Aquarius or an Aries. And with the Empress here, you could be dealing with a Virgo. This is nice, Scorpio. But this is you focusing on how to build, how to nurture, how to grow. And this is you also experiencing some personal growth within yourself, because you're able to find some peace of mind, to take a step back, to rest, and to not let something rattle your heart so much. Now, in the recent past, you have the Hangman. So in the recent past, you may have felt stuck or stagnant, or you may have been experiencing delays or trying to avoid becoming stuck. But this is you also looking at perhaps what you need to sacrifice or let go of with this energy. Also with the Hangman here, this is you focusing on reevaluating and seeing how to avoid any futile circumstances around things that may have caused you depression, or where it pulls strings with you and not in a good way. And so this is you finding a way to find the alternatives, see things from a different perspective that allows you to have more peace with what's going on in your world, even if what you're doing and facing and dealing with takes a lot of toil and labor, a lot of work because it's challenging, or it's just a lot on your plate. Now, it's also possible you find peace because you're able to put an end to all of the toil and labor, or be relieved of it in a big way. But I feel like that this is you finding a way of learning not to obsess over shit either, and release and allow, or not to be so hung up on things where you may have been finding yourself doing that a lot. So in the present, you're the Six of Wands, baby. So this is you coming to some sort of acknowledgement or recognition. Maybe you're being recognized or acknowledged, but either way, this is about you having victory over your circumstances, over your strife, over your challenges. For that small few of you, this is victory and recognition because you achieve sudden wealth for yourself here. And of course, that diminishes the anxiety, at least the anxiety you had with what you were dealing with at the time, right? So this is you having victory, overcoming. And this is through your actions. Or this is you winning. And so the thing is, in the future, though, you got the Two of Swords. So with the Two of Swords, you may be having problems with making a decision. Or you may be feeling stuck in your mind between two options because they may be pulling at you. And this may be around your money, or around a relationship, or with around work, or what you are toiling and laboring with, that you want to see success and have satisfaction with. But this Two of Swords is about making a decision. But you see, she is blindfolded and she's like kind of trying to swat these birds that are coming at her and causing her distress. So there's some sort of distress in the future that you're dealing with, something that you may not have peace about, or that you need to find peace about. And this is also why peace is here, because in the future there's something you need to make peace with that's distressing you around a decision perhaps around money. For some of you, this is about a decision whether or not to pursue money, because it's going to take work to go after it. An example of that is, let's say you are trying to, maybe you need to, I don't know why this is coming to me, but maybe you might need to go for some child support, or somebody owes you money in some way, and you may know that there's money there for you to gain, but then it takes the toil and labor to work on it. Or some of you may have an existing child support and it's up for review, but it takes you making a decision whether or not to go through that review, and you may have some anxiety about it, okay? Where you may be looking at whether or not you want to just release yourself of the situation and forgive it and let it go and let things be the way that they are, because you want to have peace in the situation. But whatever this is that you've been toiling and laboring over, that you've been having anxiety about or feeling anxious about in the future, that's causing you some sort of distress, because you may not be able to see the option, or maybe you don't want to look at something. This is about, in the future, you at least doing or coming up with a decision that gives you peace of mind and peace in your circumstances, so that you don't have to toil and labor over it anymore. Oh, they're showing me the reason why I'm talking about child support is because you have the Emperor and the Empress here. So this here is a couple. These are parents. And this could be about children or about money and finances regarding this couple, whether you're together or separate, and how to heal it or have hope around it, that you want to manage it and you want to see progress and growth. And so you're weighing, how much distress this could be causing you, or something's come up that's causing you a lot of distress that you're toiling and laboring over, or you may be trying to make a decision whether or not to do something in the future because of all the toil and labor it could bring and disrupt your peace. And you just want to hold on to your peace, or there's a need to find peace or achieve peace here. Now, how you see the situation, your attitude is the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups talks about emotional upset, emotional, disappointment. But the Five of Cups can talk about depression, or some feeling like something is a loss to you emotionally, it's affecting you. But if you notice in this particular Five of Cups, there are some cups spilled, yes, but there's a cup or bowl that she's deliberately emptying out. So there's something that emotionally that has been affecting you that you are releasing yourself of for the sake of having peace about it. Okay, for yourself in this. Something that you don't want to have to toil and labor over. And it's connected to money or your comfort, or, whatever you're dealing with in your material physical world that's of value to you. And this is you releasing it to the universe. It's like you're trusting the universe here. And it's like you recognize, because she has a bowl in her hand, you already have something. It's like you're realizing that there is something left, or you're finding your ability to release and recover emotionally, because you realize that you're not at a loss. You do have, or you're trusting the universe to provide to you. And so you're focusing on emotionally recovering, thereby achieving your peace over whatever has been causing you anxiety, because you're either choosing to forgive yourself, or find forgiveness around the situation. Now, your concern is the Five of Wands. So with the Five of Wands, this may be you having concerns about whether or not you can make changes through your actions with any difficulties that you've been dealing with in your world or within you. You may be concerned about whether or not you're going to receive strife between yourself and another or others here. You could be concerned about whether you'll win the lottery if you've been gambling and there's a competition. You're focused on whether or not you're going to win. That may be a concern, but this is the concern about how to avoid strife, how to find peace with what you're dealing with. The concern of whether or not you can establish that peace, the concern about whether or not what action you can take to allow for the kind of change that you want, that either takes you out of strife or allows you to avoid it. This is also how do you diffuse something that is an issue either within you or what you're dealing with, or both. But this is about changes, because fives bring about change. It is difficult energy, but there is an ability to change it. But these changes have to occur within your feelings and within your actions, soul and spirit. Now your challenge here, Scorpio, is the Two of Wands. Yeah, you're focused on abundance. You want abundance and prosperity here. And you've been toiling and laboring over that. You've been upset, not happy with how things have been going, because things have been delayed or stuck or stagnant. Now either you gain some victory around it, or you acknowledge this, and by you doing that in the future, you toil and labor over it, because you need to find peace around it. You need to focus on how to recover, how to change your behavior towards it, how to respond in your actions. And so with the Two of Wands being your challenge, this is the challenge of making a decision and acting on it, or making the decision not to act on something, because in this particular image, she's not doing anything. Now there may be the challenge of whether or not you let things stay the way they are, or whether or not you go in a new direction. And that could be what you are toiling over in terms of a decision, in terms of the option that it may be plaguing you in the future. But with the twos here, this is talking about discovery, how to reorientate this matter within you and around you. This could be around a relationship, or this is again around two options. But also, this is about you finding balance with your choices. This may even be about waiting or planning. And so the challenge with this Two of Wands can also be your challenge with your plans, okay? Or challenge with your decisions and how you act upon it. So now your likely outcome is you do have this King of Pentacles, which I like. First of all, this King of Pentacles doesn't look stressed. This King of Pentacles looks like he has all the peace in the world, like he has alertness, wisdom, and protection. But this King of Pentacles, he's holding this pentacle in his hand, and the King of Pentacles has the Midas touch. Whatever the King of Pentacles wants to create, he's able to build and do it successfully and masterfully and practically and mindfully. He pays attention to the details. He's dedicated. He evaluates and reevaluates. He tweaks his plan. Notice all this red. So there may be a focus on the root chakra, where this is around your anxiety and the need to be grounded. But also this could be around your focus on your security and your safety, around your money and your finances, your home and your work, and your ability to secure what you need to survive and build what you want here. And so this King of Pentacles, this is you being able to manage things. This is you being able to masterfully be practical and have success with what you need to nurture or build, that you want to have comfortability with, that you want to have peace around, that you don't want to have to toil and labor about, where it takes you in a low vibration, where you're able to work smarter and not harder, where you're able to responsibly handle what you're dealing with here. Now, be careful with the King of Pentacles. You want to be mindful not to be too stubborn or inflexible. But notice with this dog or wolf, this is like an animal that's alert, that has wisdom, that can be cunning and crafty, and the ability to dominate here. And see all this green? For me, this is the heart chakra. So this is around things that is the heart of the matter for you, or a connection that's the heart of the matter for you, where there may be a need for you to focus on self-love or empathy, but for you not to feel alone or isolated here. But with this King of Pentacles, this is you having wisdom, understanding, your ability to be practical and have success and build what you want here, and it be well built, where you prosper because you're able to manage things and be creative and imaginative at the way to go about doing it, that you focus on the growth, the nurturing, and how to have harmony here, that you become more receptive to what's going on around you and to others. And for those of you where this is sudden wealth, for that small portion of you, overnight success, this is you living the dream. This is you having that sudden wealth, because the King of Pentacles is very wealthy and very successful here. So just know your outcome, there's an ability for success. Success is here for you, whatever side of this you're on. But there is a need for you to be practical and responsible and mature about things, to be alert and to be clever, and to be mindful about what you're doing and how it is that you want to secure things. Also, this is about you having control over your emotions and feelings, being more imaginative, releasing yourself of any guilt or regret that you could be dealing with or facing, and finding peace, getting more grounded, a lot more grounded, and you know, feeling like you know, having a sense of having both feet on the ground, opposed to feeling like, where you feel like you have more control here, more creative control, where you're able to see how to progress here. And this allows you to have more peace. This is also about you perhaps having more trust and faith in the universe. With these fives here, this could be around some adversities, but this is more so your reaction to things. You're changing your reaction to things to where you're becoming more grounded and finding more peace. The serenity now, changing the things that you can, praying about things, and understanding when there's things you can't change, and knowing the difference. And that can allow you to have peace, serenity with the situation. So let's take a closer look at what this Two of Swords is. Spirit, tell me more about this Two of Swords. Now, with the Two of Swords was coming to me as well, Scorpio, this Two of Swords in the future could be a problem where there is a problem with the option of choice, or a problem in a connection, a communication with another, where it's a three-party situation or someone else is involved, where there's a struggle with cooperation or how to come together, or with someone that you are reuniting with that you may not want to. What just popped out is the Fool and the Devil. So with the Fool, you could be dealing with an Aries or an Aquarius. With the Devil, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. So this is you in the future, perhaps focusing on how to break free. This is you trying to go in a new direction, either with your obligations, or you not obsessing so much over things. You may be taking a chance, releasing yourself here, or needing to come to a place to release yourself from being stuck in your mind about a choice or option, so that you can find peace with it. Choose that which gives you peace, that allows you to not be reckless, but to be able to take care of it and allow your cares to be free from it. This is you focusing on having some optimism, or needing to have optimism in the situation. This is you perhaps finding more wisdom. And with the Devil here, this is about you being able to live in a more balanced way, or find a way to come out of things that you feel oppressed by, or that cause you to struggle or feel stuck or stagnant or controlled. But this is you finding your personal power and releasing yourself. But it takes you making a decision around it. Or there's something you may feel stuck to, or you don't want to be stuck to, and you're just going to take a chance or take a risk here. But this is you focusing on how to heal this, how to take care of it, that allows you to have your personal power in this, to be and feel empowered in this. Now be mindful here, you could be dealing with the decision that you're struggling with, because it's possible that you may have been careless. You may be careless in the future, or lack wisdom, or be irresponsible, or you could be being rebellious or oblivious to something, or this may be you doing some wastefulness or being reckless, or you may be being inexperienced here, or there could be some fear or stagnation, or maybe even a little cowardice. And with this Devil energy here, there could be some wild behavior, or there could be issues around how to overcome something and have freedom, or there may be issues around you facing your fears. With this Devil energy. And so this is about you being mindful of any destructive patterns or addictions or adversities. Or maybe you feel threatened, or there could be some greed, temptation, or you could be lacking sense in this matter because she can't see. And she also is, something is nagging at her, but she may be trying to ignore it, or don't want to be bothered with it, because she doesn't want to lose her peace. Perhaps you have peace already and you don't want to lose it because this is something that may feel too risky, or it's a chance you may not want to take because you fear that it may cause you to be stuck, or that you may become controlled, or find yourself obligated to something you didn't want to be. But it comes down to making a decision. And you also don't want to be the fool. What's underneath that is temperance. So you could be dealing with the Sagittarius or have this energy in your chart. You could be in the future struggling with a decision you already made. But this is you finding temperance. This is you being able to heal it, focusing on doing things in moderation, proper measures, calculating well, being sensible, being patient, being mindful of your aims, having self-control, focusing on being sensible and being stable, and being mindful that with temperance here, you don't want to overdo or not do enough here. But this is you wanting to heal this, okay? There may be a need for you to be patient, or you may be struggling with being patient, or that may be the struggle here is how to sensibly approach something and do something in moderation and calculate this right and be smart about it, that allows you to still have harmony and peace around the situation that could be causing anxiety for you, or that could cause you anxiety with in the future if you overdo something or not do enough, or you're not able to have self-control, or see issues around healing it. And this could be around issues around compromise or cooperation or competition. There might be a struggle with someone here, or you don't want to struggle with someone here. But also, this is about clashing of interests, any discord or frustration you are dealing with here, and how to temper that, how to sensibly moderate that so that you can have peace and it can be healed in the future. Thank you, Spirit. And so this is about how do you emotionally recover, or this is you emotionally recovering from all of that, or being focused on or making sure that is your intention and goal. So you want to avoid depression and stress and unhappiness. And with the Cups energy, this could be around family or a significant connection or situation, or just whatever you have deep feelings around, where changes need to be made or are being made. Spirit, tell me more about the Five of Wands. Tell me more about the Five of Wands. Thank you. With the Five of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So you may be having the concern around how to get things done or how to get help, how to be practical and methodical and strategic, how to get something to start moving, or, how to stop something perhaps. But this is about being responsible and being practical. And with the Seven of Cups, underneath that, this is you clearing away any confusion, you weighing up your options, you not being clouded in your judgment, you seeing what your options are and making a decision and going forward with it. And you may be having concern around how you're able to get something done, or how you're able to change it, or come away from the anxiety, or avoid competition. Because with this Knight of Pentacles, he's walking away. So this is you needing to really survey and observe, because it's like, notice he's not on the horse. And on the horse, he could gallop a little faster than he would be by walking. But there's also something about getting off the horse and walking, getting your feet on the ground and observing with your two eyes, with you being able to see things you may not be able to see, or understand things you may not have been able to understand, or come up with a strategy or get things done in a way that it puts you closer to the matter, to getting to the heart of the matter, by you trying to get as close to the pulse of the situation and see things you may not have been able to see if you were riding that horse. It's like getting closer to the situation, getting down to the matter, getting grounded, truly grounded here, to see what needs to be done. To either make changes around your concern, avoid possible concerns, or deal with some sort of competition, or this is you just moving away from that fucking competition or problem or issue, because you don't want to be bothered, because you're after peace. You're after peace here. Just know with the King of Pentacles, somebody is going to experience some sudden wealth, and they're going to find themselves in the King of Pentacles energy, along with that Empress, where you are going to see prosperity and abundance. For others of you, prosperity and abundance is here in your matters that you toil and labor over around your money or the mundane. And you making choices through you reevaluating and you seeing what changes need to be made, and you focusing on how to overcome the adversities, and how you react to it is important. Or you are learning to react in a better way, or a way that is better, with the goal of peace being kept or peace being regained. Because you don't want to have to toil and labor over something that could be more problems than it's worth, or that's disturbing your peace, considering how to deal with or do, or that you are toiling and laboring over something that you finally are able to find peace with. But it's going to be a struggle, but once you come to it, coming to it may be about you relieving yourself of the anxiety, and focus on how you feel in your soul and in your feelings. And from there, how you can recover or change. And this will allow you to successfully manage and build and create what you want. Nice. But be mindful of the challenge of a plan, or challenge of taking action on a decision, or not taking action on a decision. So let's take a look at what your guidance is. You have 4 cards that came out. Okay, you got be proactive. Recognize one of the major areas of insecurity in your life and see how much it disempowers you. Then identify one small action you can take to release that insecure feeling. Your goal is to observe whether you're proactive or passive, since healing requires proactive energy. How to be positive, and how to take action, and how to plan that allows you to get results, that allows you to make the changes, that allows you to make what is uncomfortable or seeming negative or is negative, and see how to transmute that energy and take action to change it, to fix it, to address it, to amend it, that gives you peace. Notice subtle changes. Color is power. Select a color you don't normally wear and introduce that into your wardrobe. This changes the energy in your field, including your sense of self. Your goal is to discover how subtle changes can increase or decrease your comfort level. So this is about you making subtle changes in your world, in your environment, but changes that allow you to feel more comfortable, that allow you to feel more nurtured and at peace, and that's practical and that works for you. You may want to wear orange, or something that is the expression of your authentic self, that allows more of your authentic self to come through. You also have examine your personal interactions. So be mindful of the relationships and connections that you're in, and be mindful here. Determine whether you're someone who's always giving to others, but who feels unnoticed or unappreciated. If this applies to you, it may be because you have a private agenda to seek love that's built into your motivation to be of service. Your goal is to examine whether your interactions with others leave you empowered or disempowered. So, this is for some of you regarding a relationship or significant connection where you are trying to make a decision, engage for yourself how much trouble can come of the situation depending on whether or not you make the decision to do something with it or make a decision to just leave it at a stalemate and do nothing. But whatever side of this is for you, this is about you being able to examine your personal interaction and dealings on your behalf and on your part around this that may add or take away from your ability to have peace. Now, you also have finally practiced the art of transformation. Acknowledge one situation in your life that's taking your power, transform that situation into something positive, and maintain that perspective as a spiritual discipline for the entire week. When your spirit slips into negativity, simply breathe and then pray your way back to an inner space of positive visualization. Your goal is to practice the art of transformation. So this is about you practicing relieving yourself of any anxieties that is surrounding situations that you're dealing with or thinking about. Find a way to have forgiveness towards yourself or towards the situation for the sake of you being able to maintain your peace or return to it